got enough time.
Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Suzanne. If you're new, I am a stay-at-home mom to 3 girls. I have a 17-year-old named Hannah, a 3-year-old named Lucy, and a 6-month-old named Eleanor. I just had Eleanor in November of last year. I thought today I would do a newborn to 6-month baby essentials video. I just think these are super helpful to see what other people needed. I had a lot of things that I saved from when I had Lucy. She was about 3 years old, just shy of 3 years old when I had Eleanor. A lot of the things I kept, I was so thankful that I did because I ended up being able to reuse them. And it saved a lot of money, and it was nice just to get some extra use out of things because if you have small kids, you know, they grow so quickly. It's like some stuff you buy and you use it just a few times and they're already too big for it. A few of these things I have had for several years now. I did get some new things as well, and I did have a baby shower, like a sprinkle for Eleanor, so I got a few things for her at the shower, but a lot of these things are things that I already had. What I thought I would do is just go through my list of things that I consider essential. There are a few things at the end of the video that I will call like nice to haves, but for the most part, these are just like the very basic things that I think that you need, which are helpful if you have a newborn to 6-month-old. If you are already a subscriber to my channel, thank you so much for subscribing and supporting me and watching my videos. I am so happy to have you as part of my YouTube family. If you have a minute and you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button. And if you aren't a subscriber and you're interested in watching videos about motherhood or lifestyle or cleaning motivation, that's usually what I post. So please consider subscribing. I would love to have you join my YouTube family. Let's go ahead and jump right into my newborn to 6-month-old baby essentials. The first thing I'm going to consider essential is a car seat. I did have a car seat with Lucy. It was a even flow, I believe, and then I didn't know before I had a baby that car seats actually had expiration dates on them. Lucy got older and we ended up upgrading to a bigger size car seat. I didn't know what to do with the old seat. Luckily, I found out that Target actually does a car seat buyback program. I think they only do it certain times of the year, maybe just one time out of the year. If you take your older or expired car seat to them, they will take it and then give you a percentage off of a new car seat if you buy it from Target. It's nice because then at least you can try to recycle it, especially if it's older and you can't give it to anybody or nobody else can use it. It's really nice to be able to take it and know that you aren't just throwing it in the dumpster or something. I did end up getting a new car seat for Eleanor's baby shower. Our car seat now is a Graco Snug Fit, I think. I'll put the exact car seat down below, but we did get it as a gift. I love it. It is just the right amount of cushion. She seems comfortable in it. It's very easy because the base is in the car, so you just click the car seat in when you're loading the baby and then take them right back out again. Super simple. I just consider a car seat to be essential, obviously, because if you plan on going anywhere with your baby, you're going to need a car seat to put them in. I'm so glad that we had it. It also works well with our stroller, which I'm going to say is my next kind of essential. Do I think you absolutely have to have a stroller if you have a baby? No, I don't think you do. But if you like to go places or do things, then I do recommend having a stroller. It just makes things so much more convenient. Also, depending on where you're at, if you have just one baby or if you happen to have more than one baby or a toddler and a baby, then that's going to affect the need that you will have for certain strollers. So obviously if you just have one baby, you can get a single stroller. When I had Lucy, we had a Click Connect stroller that went with the car seat that we had, which was really nice. That was just for one baby. Now that we have Eleanor, I decided to go ahead and research strollers that you could have a toddler and a baby and that would grow as Eleanor got bigger. The one I found was really affordable because I didn't want to spend a ton of money on a stroller, but I do know that we use them a lot because we do like to go different places. We took our other stroller to Disney World. I wanted to make sure that I had something that was portable but comfortable for the girls and could grow with them as well. The one that I found it on Amazon. This is so nice because you can put the toddler in the back, or you can flip it so that the toddler can sit facing backwards and kind of ride right next to you, if that makes sense. I like it because it is compatible with a lot of car seats. I looked to make sure when I was doing my research that it was going to work with the car seat that we currently have, and it did, which was really nice. And then when Eleanor is big enough, which is coming up pretty soon, she can actually just sit in it like a normal stroller. I thought for the price, I read it, it has really great reviews. I'm a big advocate of darker colored strollers because they get messy. This was black. I think that it only came in black or graphite, I think they call it. It was definitely a very good buy. We've only used it a handful of times because we just started using it and leaving the house. So far, so good. I really like it. Lucy seemed to really enjoy it as well because it had a special seat just for her. I think that it was a good buy and I'm very, very happy with it. Do I think it's an essential? No, I think you can totally get away with not having a stroller, but for me personally, I enjoy having a stroller because it just makes things so much easier, especially if you have a lot to carry. There's places for bags and cups and all that kind of stuff. Something else that I consider is essential is a bathtub. So I saw these flower petal bathtubs when I had Lucy, and I didn't end up getting one. I actually got a different kind of a bathtub when I had her. It was a gift from my baby shower, and I just decided to keep using that one. It wasn't the worst bathtub, and it was free because it was a gift. I decided to just keep that one for this baby. I really wanted one of these. I don't know if you've ever seen these, but it's basically like a flower petal, and it's super soft. It's just sort of made out of towel material, and it has little grips on the other side, so it can grip into the tub. It has a hanger so you can hang it to dry after you're done using it. And it just fits inside of the sink, and the little petals curve around and hold the baby. I just thought this was the cutest thing. I love it because it's washable. I've washed it several times. It has no stains really at all or anything. It almost looks brand new. It comes in several different colors. I just think that this was a very good investment. I used it a lot. She just recently started using a bigger tub to put in like a normal bathtub. We don't have a tub in our shower. We have 2 shower stalls. We don't have any bathtubs in this house. So I just have like a portable tub kind of thing, and I fill it up and put her new little bath tub in it. I got so much use out of this, and it worked really well for a very long time. It wasn't that expensive. I'll link it down below. It was also a baby shower gift. I think that this was a very, very good thing to have. And obviously anything that you have to bathe your baby in is going to be an essential. This just really fit for something that was versatile. I love that it stayed so clean. You can clean it super easily, hang it up, and yeah, I highly recommend the petal bathtub. Another thing that I think is a baby essential that I know that we use all the time is a diaper bag. I did do a what's in my diaper bag video just recently, so I will link that. I just found a diaper bag on Amazon. It was very affordable. It's gray. You can watch the video and see all the different compartments that it has. It's the perfect size. I love it because it's a backpack style. Obviously, if you have a baby, and especially if you have a baby and a toddler or 3 or however many kids, you're gonna need somewhere to put all of their stuff. A diaper bag is a must. They make so many different kinds. Again, mine was very affordable. There are some that I know cost more, and I like those as well. But really, I was just trying to stay to a budget because I had Eleanor right before the holidays, and we were trying to do Christmas shopping and making sure that we had Christmas money saved. Just finding something that was going to fit our needs but fit into a budget was very important for me. And I love our diaper bag. I just think that it's perfect for what we need it for. Again, you can watch my video to see the specifics of it, and I will also link it down below. But I do consider a diaper bag to be an essential thing if you plan on leaving the house, because you're obviously going to need a place to keep diapers and wipes and a change of clothes and just all that stuff. Definitely invest in a diaper bag. However much you want to spend is totally up to you. They make some super fancy ones or just some very basic ones. They make some over the shoulder with just the one strap, but for me, I prefer the backpack style just because then it's not all the weight. Mine is very full with 2 kids. the weight can get to be a lot if you just have it on one shoulder. So I like the backpack because it distributes the weight more evenly. Find a diaper bag that's gonna fit what you need, and then you'll be able to get something that's going to work for you. Another thing that I think would be an essential is a backseat mirror. If you are going to be driving with your baby at all, it's so nice to have one of those mirrors that comes specifically made to put in the backseat of your car. It reflects into the rearview mirror so that you can see what the baby's doing, because those first few weeks or months, you're really going to be always wondering what's going on, and it can be just kind of a sanity saver to be able to look into the mirror and see that everything is fine, that your baby's okay, watch what they're doing. You can find them anywhere. I think I got mine at Walmart. I know they have them online, but I would definitely recommend one of those if you plan on driving and having your baby in the car often, because you're going to want to pull over and make sure the baby's okay all the time when you're driving, and obviously that's not very realistic to do. A mirror that you can see the baby and drive safely is important, I think. I would definitely consider that to be a baby essential. Something else that I use all the time, which is super helpful, are sleep sacks. If you have a small baby, they recommend to not wrap them in blankets because the blanket can get twisted around them or they can accidentally suffocate. So instead they recommend sleep sacks. I know there's a few different brands. I've had some by Halo, and there's other brands as well. But basically the baby wears them, and they have holes for the arms. If they're very small, they have some that are swaddles, and you can swaddle them up, and then they just zip. And they're so nice because the baby is wearing it, so you don't have to worry if they're getting it wrapped around their head or in front of their face. You know that they're sleeping safely because it just zips up around them. It keeps them warm and comfortable, but it takes away the worry because they recommend to not have any blankets or anything in the crib. This is just a Cinderella one that I had. It's for 6 months, but they obviously make them 0 to 6 or however old you need. You can find them the size that you're looking for, and just grab a couple. I would say at least a couple to last you through the week, so you can use one a night or something. I really enjoyed it. I used it all the time with Lucy, and I'm so glad I saved a few because now I can use them again with Eleanor. Sleep sacks are a must, I think, if you have a small baby. Another thing that I didn't think would be an essential, but I actually used it a lot with Eleanor, is something similar to a DockATot. They are just basically loungers. I did not get a DockATot because, again, we were on a super tight budget because it was the holidays. DockATots are a little on the pricey side. They do make several different kinds, though, that you can find that are similar to that. They're not recommended for sleep because the baby can roll over and, again, push their face into it and suffocate. But it's a lifesaver if you are trying to find a safe place to lay the baby where they're not going to just be able to roll anywhere, especially when they're too small to roll. I used mine a lot on the sofa. When I was laying on the couch, I would put it next to me, and then I would lay Eleanor inside of it, and it cushioned her enough. It kind of nested her into it so that I knew she was safe. I knew she wasn't gonna roll off the couch or anything like that. It still gave me peace of mind that I could sit and she could be right next to me. There's a bunch of different brands out there now that make them. I don't have mine anymore. I actually sold it because I stopped using it a while ago now. But in those first few months, like definitely newborn all the way until I would say at least 3 months old, they are very nice to have. I found mine on Amazon. I will link it down below because I don't remember the brand. It was very nice though. The cover was washable. It also tied at the bottom so you could adjust it to what size you needed. You could kind of tighten it to make it a little smaller, which was very nice. Eleanor loved it. She slept in it pretty much every single night when I very first had her, and it was nice to sit on the couch and just be able to keep an eye on her and know that she was okay. When I say she slept on it, I didn't let her sleep in it without me right next to her. So again, you are supposed to monitor them if they are in it and make sure that they're not able to roll over or anything so that they don't suffocate. But if you are able to be right there and just kind of keep an eye on them and have them be in one spot, I definitely recommend it as a essential to have when you have a very small baby. Another item or items that I think are super helpful when you have a 0 to 6 month old are swaddles. I did do a video about what I packed in my hospital bag, and I mentioned some swaddles that I have now. There are so many different kinds. A few of my favorite brands are Coco Moon and Little Hometown. They're super soft. I think Copper Pearl also. I don't have any from them, but I know I've heard amazing things about that brand as well. Just any kind of soft muslin blanket or just whatever cotton blanket that you can wrap your baby in. Again, not really to sleep in their crib. They just are so multi-purpose. You can use it as a burp cloth, you can use it as a blanket, you can use it as a cover when you go places. You can kind of throw it over the car seat if you needed it for a second. Obviously a blanket if you need a blanket, if you're going anywhere where it's chilly. There's just no end to what swaddles can do. They're very handy, and they make some that are so soft, and the prints are just so cute. I'll link the ones I mentioned down below, but if you go on Amazon, Target, Walmart, anywhere, you're going to be able to pull up some baby swaddles. I highly recommend a swaddle as something that makes having a baby so much easier, and it's a very, very versatile product. Another item that I really use a lot when Eleanor was small and even now is a play mat, or I think they call them an exercise mat, just depending on what you look for. It's basically just a mat that you can have laying on the floor, and then it has toys that connect into it, and the baby can lay on their back and kind of hit the toys or look at themselves. Some of them have the mirrors on them. These are super nice to have as well because it just gives your baby something to do. Obviously, when they're really small, they can't move around a whole lot. When they're laying there, it's nice to have something to keep them occupied. So the playmat I found with Lucy got a lot of love, and I ended up not keeping it because it was stained and I just didn't think it was worth it to keep it. It was really cute though. And the one I got Eleanor is really cute as well. I think I mentioned it in my nursery tour video. It just looks like a little jungle leaf, and it has little jungle animals. I loved it because the colors, it's pastels and very pretty, but they make so many different kinds. So really anything that you're looking for, you'll be able to find it. I got mine on Amazon, I believe, or Target with a baby registry gift card. You can find them anywhere. And I just really like them because they can lay on their back when they're small. And then when they get bigger, they can start to roll over on their stomach, and you can put stuff on the mat for them to reach out for. They can practice crawling when they're on it. It's just another one of those baby products that's very versatile. You can use it from when they're a newborn all the way up. Like I said, Eleanor is 6 months and she still plays on it. It's washable, which is a huge plus. It folds up so you can take it places. It'll just fold onto itself, and it's very portable. If you're going to stay the night somewhere, you can pack it up and take it with you, and the baby will have a nice soft place to lay and play wherever you go. Another essential, especially right now, Eleanor is teething a lot. So any kind of teether, they make a ton of them. I do have a Sophie the Giraffe this time, which I didn't have for Lucy. That's a very popular teether, but I've also read some things that they can get kind of mildewy and moldy. Eleanor likes it, and she doesn't use it all the time, but it is something that I do give her, and she seems to like it. But we have so many other teethers too. Itsy Ritsy makes some cute ones. I mentioned those in my diaper bag video, I believe. They have natural ones, some that are all certain colors. It's just one of those things that if you have something specific you're looking for, they're going to make it. I think silicone teethers are rated the best teether. They're just really nice to have. You can pack them in your diaper bag. If you have a teething baby, they really are super, super handy because the baby is constantly putting stuff in their mouth. Definitely recommend some good teethers to have on hand if you have a 0 to 6 month old. An item that I had for Lucy that I am still using for Eleanor, I would definitely consider essential. Maybe not this particular one, just because again, they make a ton of different kinds. A sound machine. This one is just an aquarium, and again, I had it for Lucy. Her room was like ocean themed, so I got this to go in there. This one now is being used for Eleanor on her crib. She uses it every single night too. I think it's Baby Einstein is the brand. You can do ocean sounds, or you can do just music, like little lullaby music. It's really cool because the stuff inside of it moves, and then the light will start out bright and blue and then slowly dim, and then it eventually will just turn off, but you can still hear the music or the ocean sounds or whatever it is that's playing. I have had such good luck with it getting Lucy and Eleanor both to fall asleep. There's a ton of sound machines out there, and there's probably some that are even fancier than this. This one's literally just a button and you hit the button, but I know there's some that they can link to your phone. They have a bunch of different sounds. This one just has the ocean. Anything that's going to have soothing music or soothing like white noise, I recommend for a baby, especially for sleep time. Eleanor is an amazing sleeper. She has slept through the night since she was almost like 1 month old, and I don't know what to do with myself because Lucy never slept through the night. She still doesn't sleep through the night, and she's 3. It was a lifesaver with Lucy just because she never wanted to go to bed. See what works best for you, see what works best for your baby. There's some that are going to be more affordable than others, so see what works for your budget. This one I don't think was too expensive. I believe actually it was the baby shower present, if I remember correctly. I'll try to link it down below. I do think that these are essential, and my babies both love them. Another item that is super helpful is any kind of a lounger or just like a seat for the baby to sit in. We have a couple different ones. I had a Mamaroo for Lucy. I know that the Mamaroo there's a lot for it, and then there's a lot of people who are against them because the baby just didn't like it. For us, our Mamaroo was a lifesaver, and I am not joking when I say that. Lucy had extremely bad colic, very, very bad. She never would sleep. I don't think I slept for the first 4 months of her life. It was horrible. I didn't want a Mamaroo because I felt it was too much money. It wasn't necessary, and we didn't get one when she was very small. Nothing was working. She was not sleeping. At this point, I was just ready to try anything. We went ahead and used it, and I don't know what I would have done without it because that is the only place that Lucy slept. Yes, I know they're not supposed to sleep in it. Really, I didn't know what else to do. I was not sleeping at all. So having this Mamaroo that would allow me to get sleep because she was sleeping in it was just the most amazing thing. Looking back, I probably should not have let her sleep in it as much as I did, but I'm just telling you, at the time when you are so sleep deprived, I was right there next to her, so she wasn't out of my sight. Usually it was during the day, so other people were up walking around, but I don't know how I would have gotten any sleep without her being in it. I recommend the Mamaroo. If you haven't heard of it, it's basically just a mechanical swing. It has different settings. Mine actually broke now that Eleanor's been using it too. Eleanor did not love it as much as Lucy, but it's still a really nice place to put her if I need to go do anything. It only recently stopped working, I think because I used it so much for Lucy and then a little bit for Eleanor. It probably just decided it was done. It does still play music. It has some white noise, baby noises, a heartbeat or something to simulate being in the mother's womb. Unfortunately, the motion buttons do not work anymore, so I cannot show it to you. I'll put a little picture of Eleanor enjoying it because she does still sit in it. But again, just somewhere that you can sit your baby because you're gonna have to have time to do some laundry, make dinner. If you have other kids, get them a snack, change a diaper, whatever it is. You're gonna need a safe place to set your baby. You have to decide what's worth it for you. This was super worth it for me, but I know it's not going to work for everyone's baby. We have another seat too. We just stopped using it. It was actually just a hand-me-down from a family friend, and it also worked really nice. It's just a little Fisher Price, like monkey little lounger seat, and it has buttons that play music. Anything like that where you can safely set your baby down for a minute to allow you to go get things done, I would definitely recommend. You can do a search and find out which one is going to work best for you, and hopefully one that your baby is going to like. Another thing I consider an essential is a really good diaper rash cream. I have used Bordeaux's butt paste for all of Lucy's baby years and the beginning of Eleanor's baby years. Just recently, she got a really bad diaper rash, I believe from a certain brand of diapers. So I stopped using them, but I needed something a little bit stronger. So I bought Destin cream, I believe it's called, and that cleared it up really fast. I also recommend that. Just a really good diaper rash cream because diaper rash is miserable, and I can speak for Eleanor. Lucy hardly ever got diaper rash. Eleanor has had it a few times. Definitely invest in a good diaper rash cream because diaper rash is miserable. Two things that I'm going to mention now that I don't think are necessarily essentials, but these are so nice to have, are both by Baby Brezza. One is the bottle sanitizer. I received both of these as baby shower gifts, and I thought they were a little fancy for me. I didn't think that it was something that I needed. They are kind of big, so if you're limited on space, keep that in mind. If you have to store them or keep them on the counter, they can be kind of big and bulky, but they are both very, very nice to have. One of them is the bottle sanitizer. So you just open it up and you can put all the bottles inside of it. It has settings. You just pour some distilled water into it and then put it on whatever setting you want. This particular one will dry as well, which is really nice. And it only takes about half an hour. You can do, I think it's about 6 bottles at a time. You can do pacifiers, anything like that. Have them all ready to go, turn it on, and they will sanitize and be dry in 30 minutes. Super fancy. No, it's not a necessity. However, this is really nice if you just need some clean bottles in a hurry. Another thing that is nice to have is also by Baby Brezza and is called the Formula Pro. This is something else that I was given and I just thought it was so fancy. I thought I can make a bottle of formula. I did pump for Eleanor and was giving her pumped milk for a few months, and then I just decided to stick with formula. She was having stomach issues and I just didn't know what it could be. We went ahead and went with formula when she was probably about 2 months old. She's been doing great on it, super healthy, gaining weight fine. However, making the bottle, if you have not made bottles before, when you have to put the powder into it and then the water and shake it up, it doesn't seem like a lot, but when your baby is fussy and starving, it is just extra time and extra steps that you kind of don't want to have to do. The Formula Pro is basically like a Keurig for your bottle. You put the powder in the top part, and you can put, if you want it heated, room temperature, slightly warm, and then you add the water into the carafe in the back and basically just hit whatever size bottle you're making. So you do it in the ounces, and it will make the bottle for you and mix everything up perfectly every single time. You do have to clean it frequently because the powder can get kind of built up around it, but it just takes a minute to wash it out and then it's good to go. I believe every 5 bottles you have to clean it. Again, definitely not an essential. You can totally make bottles without it, but I can tell you, when you have a fussy baby or a hungry baby, especially those feedings in the middle of the night, this is so helpful because you can have a bottle ready in seconds. And it's warm. I don't think it's essential, but it is definitely a nice to have product. I got these again as a gift, but I will link them down below. They do have other products too by this line, and so far I have no complaints. The only thing is you just have to make sure you're using distilled water because it can mess it up if you don't. That's gonna do it for my 0 to 6 month old baby essentials. Again, some of these things you might find are not essentials for you. I might not have listed some things that for you or somebody you know, they definitely needed it. There's a lot of things out there that can be considered essentials for some people. These are just things that I know with 2 babies now have worked for me and that I used both times or wanted to use both times, and I didn't regret it at all. Just figure out what works best for you. You might have a list that's similar to mine, you might have more or less, but these are the things that I just know I could not live without when I have a small baby. I hope that this list has helped you if you are trying to get some ideas of things that you might need if you're expecting, or you have a small child, or maybe somebody you know, some stuff to put on their baby registry. These are all very, very helpful things. Let me know in the comments if you have any other suggestions, because I'm always curious to hear what everybody else considers to be an essential, and it just is fun to see what other people have on their list. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you stay tuned. I have more motherhood content coming out soon. I also have an extreme kitchen clean with me coming out, and we are redoing our patio. So in about 2 weeks, I'm going to have a patio makeover as well. My husband is so talented, and he built this huge, beautiful wooden deck to have outside in addition to our covered patio. So I'm going to be showing the process for that, the decorating, and all that fun stuff as we prepare for summer. So please stay tuned. Again, consider subscribing if you haven't already. Thank you so much for supporting me, and thank you for supporting my channel, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.